he is forcing their hand as young Devils star Arseny Gritsyuk came into the season with major expectations, excitement from Devils fans, and based off recent performances, it all seems warranted as to why you'd want to move him up the lineup, as well as some adjustments the defense can be making to lead to more wins. Welcome in to Devils Digest. Glad you guys are here. So, even going back to last trade deadline, I think all of us were excited to see what Arseny Gritsyuk could bring to the Devils. I mean, we know what he did in the KHL, scorer there, high IQ, preseason went great. I think we all kind of felt good about Arseny Gritsyuk coming to New Jersey. And so far, he's been exactly as advertised. He's created plays. He has 4 assists. He's a player who's able to create offense just off his IQ alone. And when you have a player like that, you probably want to play him a little bit more than they're playing him right now. I mean, putting Arseny Gritsyuk in your bottom 6, I don't think is the best use of value. I mean, you look at value, and that's all I think about when I think about Arseny Gritsyuk. Contract, not bad at all. Late round pick. He's a player who has a ton of value, and when you get players like that and you get value, you need to find a way to make the most of your value. And looking at these time on ice per games, 12:56, 12:24, 10:34, 9:52, that's not getting value out of a player like Arseny Gritsyuk. I mean, the Devils this offseason, you could have went out and said, I know the top 6 has been pretty good so far. But I think a lot of people, including myself, felt that the Devils needed to go get another top 6 winger. The top 6 last year offensively was not good enough. I mean, you had your injuries and you can go around and say all the excuses that you want. Quite frankly, it wasn't good enough. They didn't score enough. They relied a lot on the power play, a lot on special teams, and that's not going to be a way to win in the NHL. So when you get a player like Gritsyuk, who's going to create, who's going to be a good offensive threat, you need to find ways to go ahead and use him. I mean, just go ahead and look at this. This is with limited ice time. Just about, 11 minutes, 12 minutes a night. You go look at what he's doing. When he's on the ice, it is clear the Devils are creating more offense than they're giving up. They are in the offensive zone. They are finding ways to create chances, get the puck on net. They're outplaying teams when he's on the ice. And you go ahead, look where he's starting most of the time. He's mostly starting the defensive zone. So when you go ahead and say, he needs to be in the bottom 6, needs to learn, get better, well, putting a player in the defensive zone who's not known for his defense, that's how he's going to get better. Putting him in situations where the team is already starting on your side of the ice, that's going to get him better defensively. Whereas I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, well, you have a young player who's clearly skilled, talented, knows how to score. Why don't you just take advantage of what he does well? I mean, he's a good offensive player. Jack Hughes, Jesper, Bratt, they could have used an extra winger. They could use another offensive player. Now, they've been very good so far, and obviously they're going to be good. I mean, they can create themselves. But why not just keep going with what you do well? You do have 2 of the top players in the league. Keep getting them more talent around them. I mean, last year, it clearly would have helped. It clearly would have helped the Devils is if they did have another player. And I know Paul Cotter loves playing with Gritsyuk. This was earlier, preseason, but I mean, he knows the type of talent Arseny Gritsyuk is. And he says, I think that he's going to be such an amazing player in this league. I mean, just his everyday approach is positivity. How can I get better? And it makes the game fun. It's fun to play with a guy who has the ability to learn, but also has confidence and his skill, and he's not afraid to use it. So fun to play with. Yeah, it'd be fun to watch him with Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt. I think that would go pretty well. Probably better than what Ondrej Palat has been with them. And Ondrej Palat's had probably a pretty good season so far. I mean, he has been noticeable, but Arseny Gritsyuk and Ondrej Palat, especially at this point in their careers, skill set a little bit different. Arseny Gritsyuk, more of a dynamic play-making player who the Devils need to take advantage of if they want to keep, putting up these 5-game win streaks. They want to get that. If they want to get that, they need to make the most out of Arseny Gritsyuk. Because if you're not going to go out in the offseason and go get a top 6 winger, when last year their top 6 struggled. Offensively as a whole, they struggled. If you're not going to get that, you have to go and take value out of your lineup. You have to get the most out of it. And Arseny Gritsyuk playing 12 minutes a night in your bottom six with less skilled forwards is not that. That's just not how that experiment should be going. Hopefully they see it, and hopefully Arseny Gritsyuk gets into the top six because, I mean, on the first line with Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt, I mean, that would be a matchup nightmare for other defensive pairings. I guess coaches on the other side wouldn't agree with that. They probably don't want to see Arseny Gritsyuk there paired with Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt. But talking defense, defensive matchups. And the Devils, look, so far, the Devils have done a good job defensively. But they've done good defensively. What you want to see, or I want to see a little bit more of, is, creating offense. Sorry, I didn't have the right graphic, but creating offense. The Devils' defense needs to create a little bit more offense. And you can see the guys who are creating more offense when they're on the ice is Brett Pesce and Luke Hughes. Now, we know that Luke Hughes is doing the most of that. Luke Hughes, got paid this summer. He's looking like an offensive defenseman, trending that way, trending into one of the better players as a defenseman on the Devils. So you want to get more offense. I mean, you look at the numbers just off goals. So far, their only goals of the season was Dougie Hamilton, who scored the first goal of the season, and Brenden Dillon, who scored last night. So you need to get a little bit more goal scoring out of your defensemen. You want to be good in the transitional game. The Devils are good there, but to capitalize on it even more, they need more offense from their defensemen. Their defensemen have to find a way to get more involved offensively. They need to score more. And if you do that for the Devils, I mean, we know their offense has looked so far. It's just going to lead to more wins. Getting these defensemen more involved in the offense, scoring goals, will be a key to the Devils going forward. And another key for the Devils going forward, and I guess, this isn't completely on the defense, is scoring first. Now, I know, in 3 out of 6 games, they found a way to score first, but we saw this trend in the past where the other team scores first more often than not. That's something that you definitely want to put to bed this year. But offensively, Devils need more from their defense. They need to create more offense. Luke Hughes looked great so far. I mean, so far, he's been fantastic for the Devils. He's found a way to create offense. Dougie Hamilton looks like he's getting back to form, but I mean, you need more from the other guys. I know they're a little bit more defensive, some of them, but Simone Nemec, you definitely could use some offense from Simone Nemec. All in all, though, Devils defensively have looked good, could use a little bit more offense, and if you really want some more offense as a whole, put Arseny Gritsyuk on the top 6. That would look good. Devils Wild tonight. Give me a score prediction down below. What do you think? What's going to be the final score tonight? Devils Wild tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all really soon.